All right, live on the Venice Boardwalk here in sunny Los Angeles. And I just wanted to hop on live while I'm taking a walk. I'm actually in a seminar today and been learning a lot this week. Been connecting with some other people who are really into reality transurfing, which is awesome. It's very rare, honestly, to meet people in real life who understand these principles. But we've just been thinking about really the practicality of it, the practicality of leveraging these principles and working toward becoming something that you really ultimately desire to be, instead of just sitting around and waiting like a lot of the manifestation gurus talk about, saying, oh, just hang out and manifest. Well, you can do that. And I'd be interested to hear what your results are. Probably going to be similar to the ones that I had when I tried that after watching documentaries and a bunch of YouTube videos and stuff like that. But what I've found is that the downloads don't really come until you take action. And you could probably become enlightened sitting in an ashram somewhere, staring at a wall. But if you actually put yourself out in public and get exposure to friction and feedback and allow yourself to fail a little bit, make a mistake, quote unquote, so to speak, then you'll get that feedback a lot faster. One of the most difficult things, I think, is reading a book and then applying the principles of that book. And for this, I started a book club, a reality transurfing book club, and we're going to kick that off at the beginning of the year. I haven't made an official announcement about that yet, but if you're interested in hopping in there early and getting a good discount on it, you can click the link in any of these videos, go to the school page, and in there you can get more information. But basically what it looks like is we read the book and we talk about it. We dissect all the principles, and I show you everything that I've learned over the past decade of studying this material and working with it. So we'll cover all the sticking points, like how to reduce or dissolve importance, how to work away the resistance that's created when you're attempting to accomplish your goal, how to allow yourself to have, how to still the sway of the pendulum in a practical way that works without having to completely pretend or spiritually bypass your way into believing something that's not true, right? I find that that's, generally speaking, that's often the approach. But anyway, we go through the book 10 weeks and we break it down into 2 chapters per week so that we read the whole entire book, and everyone reads that on their own time, and then we come together and talk about all the principles. And that's where I share with you how to do the exercises. That's where I share with you my insights, my experiences. And then I'll have some other people who are incredibly talented as well, who are going to be a part of the group, and they'll share their experiences. You can share your experiences, and we can kind of measure and meter out what is working for you and what is not working. And then from there, we can really begin to start to see some patterns and help one another really establish our own processes. Because really the truth of it is, like, you are having your own subjective experience. I'm having my own subjective experience. We're gonna see patterns between the two, but they're gonna be different too, right? Like it's not this one size fits all, like, generic framework, right? That's just, you're just gonna plug and play and copy and paste and put it into your life. It doesn't work that way. That makes you a parody, right? So instead of being a parody, it's about understanding how the principles operate and how you experience those principles. The principles are static, right? Like, they don't really change, but the way that we experience them, that is a lot different, and it varies from person to person. So after studying this material for 10 years and really digging into some of the, I hate to say it, like, problems that it causes, like, anything that you learn is going to create more problems. That's just how it works. And so the problems that reality transurfing create are, reducing importance. You start to see that, understanding excess potential, dissolving that excess potential, getting yourself to the point where you're not reactive to pendulums and allowing yourself to have. And so that's what I've been studying, especially very, very in depth over the past couple of years, because those are the sticking points that I have had, right? You read something over and over and over again, you try to implement it, you try to practice it. Most people don't even do that. They just read a book and they regurgitate the facts on YouTube or whatever, and they haven't even attempted to implement any of the ideas in it. So they have no reference experience and then no